Yo, it is Fight Night! It is the go home episode on the road to infinity. Everybody knows what's coming next, just let me have this. And beyond. And we are here back again because we just couldn't get enough of it the first time. After coming back from the Thrill in Manila, we are now back on the Pacific Northwest in Seattle, Washington, home of Dibble Bibble, you know, Daniel Bryan, one of the greatest, as we get set for a great deal of hard-hitting smash-mouth action, preparing for the big pay-per-view where the ultimate contingency plan briefcase will be on the line. I'm your host, your MC, your announcer, all-around nice guy. I was going to say something else, and then I realized it was completely inappropriate for the young ones. So just imagine what I was going to say. It was self-aggrandizing and egotistical. As we head on to our first match. Now, Spider-Man, as you can see, accompanied to the ring, this time by Scarlet Spider, Peter Parker and Ben Reilly working together because, well, they've both faced off against a member of the Symbiotes in singles action to no avail. Part of the reason for that, on both counts, was the fact that the numbers game ended up playing a part. When Peter Parker faced Venom, Carnage, a bit of a distraction on the outside, causing some interference that eventually cost Peter Parker the match. And a quite mirror image version of that match, when Carnage was facing Scarlet Spider, Venom did very, very similar to cost Ben Reilly the match. Because of this, the two have decided, once again, to team up. Not in tag team action this time, though. No, Scarlet Spider will be accompanying Peter Parker for a singles match, a rematch with Venom. They believe, hopefully, with the numbers game evened up, that the results will be different this time. Very confident, as you can see, Peter Parker perhaps relying a bit on that numbers evening out a bit too much, in my opinion. Venom is a dangerous opponent. He should know better than anyone, should Spider-Man. As we start off with a German suplex into a stomp from the black-clad symbiote wearing Brock. Again, we only presume it is Brock. Most likely candidate based on his stats. That being said, quite a few people have worn that Clintar symbiote. Clintar being the name of the alien. Obviously, in other universes within Marvel, is not even an alien. So, who knows? Could be any version. That is the fun of multiversal combat. You never know exactly who you're going to get. Although sometimes you do, because we do. Oh, looked like his head bounced off the bottom rope there on that tiger suplex. A bit of a bounce there. That was unhealthy looking, put it that way. That did not look good. As now the knuckles being ground into the side of the head, into those temples, by Venom. Ben Reilly just watching on from the corner. Have to wonder if they talk strategy or if, as far as they thought it through, was just be in my corner and that should do it. Big clothesline there. We look forward to what comes out of Infinity, but we also have things like this that will likely continue past the pay-per-view. Only got so many slots on the card. This trademark creepy looking body press. Oh, big clothesline wipes out Peter Parker. Oh, wait a minute. This could be a quick one. We're only a couple minutes in. Web of Shadows. Into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Scarlet Spider called out, but I don't think Peter Parker could hear a thing after that Web of Shadows. Face planting Peter Parker into the mat. Venom with a big win in their second encounter, and it looks like an embarrassed and an ashamed Peter Parker, unable to get the job done in their second attempt. Feel for the man, but this isn't the end. Even after Infinity, there is a beyond. Plenty more matches in the future. Look to get some retribution. But that's enough for tonight as we move on. Wait a minute! Daredevil attacking Vanguard. Vanguard was supposed to have a match with Punisher, Frank Castle. Daredevil, we gave him the night off. We knew this was going to happen. Why? How did he get in the building? I know he's Daredevil. I'm aware of that. That perfectly makes sense. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, you're right, Jimmy. You're right. That's my fault. I don't even know why I asked that question. Anyway, sorry about that, folks. We move back. Punisher versus Vanguard was the official match for tonight. Supposed to give the champ the night off after the losses that he suffered 2 in a row to the challenger. Figured he could use the time off, get a bit of rest and recuperation, but he found his way into the arena and just attacked our challenger. And now Punisher punishing the opponent quite aptly with that series of impactful moves in the corner. Frank Castle and Daredevil, not exactly allies, I wouldn't put it that way. They have worked together before, but for the most part, their story is really one that is adversarial in nature. Absolutely fundamentally opposed to one another's way of thinking and doing things. As now Vanguard stepping on the limbs. We've seen a more vicious, more ruthless side of this stranger, this Vanguard, this individual we don't know much about that was sort of born after the Flashpoint pay-per-view. That incident created, in a way, this man from our own universe. A vigilante of sorts, the next Genturion. And don't know much about him, so it's hard to say that this is out of character for him. But it seems that he has turned a corner since losing that Vigilante Championship, and it has really become an object of, keyword here, obsession. We've seen that with Bizarro and Superboy over on Warzone. For here on Fight Night, it has to be the obsession that, Vanguard has with regaining that Vigilante Championship from Matt Murdock. Of course, that has boiled over on both accounts, as these two have ended up brawling back and forth before matches, after matches, during matches, obviously. But in recent weeks, it seems like Vanguard has just had the number of Daredevil. Oh, big boot to the face of the Punisher. Stomping away. And now setting up for that bicycle knee. Can he land this blow? Oh no, sidestepped, brushed aside by the expert combatant that is Punisher. Wait a minute. Drive-by kick to the side of the jaw. Just absolutely relentless. Doesn't let a miss like that stop him for more than a moment. Once again, stepping on the limbs. Working that arm. Perhaps trying to cripple that arm. Keep it from being able to lock in that Dragon Sleeper that we've seen Punisher employ before. It's not a bad strategy as he's going for this triangle hold now. Continuing to work the arm. Continuing to choke out. Oh, powering out with that sort of half a powerbomb there. Could barely get up, but enough to break the hold. And a big side slam. High impact offense from Punisher, but a very different style than what the challenger will have to face come Infinity. Now setting up for the vantage point. Can he nail this? Hits it, and he's busted open Frank Castle. 1, 2, only a 2 count. The toughness that is Punisher, managing to kick out of that and blocking the kick to the side of the head there. Capture suplex. Throwing up those 2 sweets. A literal member of the Bullet Club. See what I did there? Did you see what I just did there? Did you? I'm losing my mind. It is so hot. You have no idea. I'm so like, I was like a layer of film on me. And I know that sounds disgusting, but welcome to summer. Even for my skinny self. As we move on back to this match. Sorry about that. Just had to say it because I'm suffering in silence over here up until I said something about it and then it was no longer silent. I don't even know what I was talking about just now. Oh, right. Well, Punisher also should be noted. Oh, we've seen this before. This series of strikes. He's knocked people unconscious with that blow before. It looks like he's bleeding now, is Vanguard. Punisher, one of the men who earned a spot in that Ultimate Contingency Plan briefcase match. Obviously, momentum going into that match would be great. Especially over a potential Vigilante Champion. Also a former Vigilante Champion. That series of kicks looks like it could knock out. We've seen it beat opponents before, but only a 2 count. But as I was saying, the Punisher has that opportunity. Would be great to go in with momentum. However, more to lose for the challenger going into his title match. 1, 2, 3, and a second vantage point does it. A very look, good lord, look at the blood on Frank Castle. He is drenched. Whew. Both men bloodied though. Knew it was going to be a brawl, a fight when you get these two in the ring. But I still cannot wait for the next chapter of Daredevil Vanguard. These two always put on a classic. Don't know what it is about their chemistry, but it's always an amazing, close, tense matchup. Can't wait to see who pulls out the victory when the championship is on the line. But we also have another championship division that would like to shine here tonight. It is the Femmes Fatales Championship. Ever since winning it, Jessica Jones has been quite dominant. Has pretty much shut down any challenger who's come in her path. Whether it's one at a time or two at a time, doesn't matter. But she's branching out. She's faced quite a few people, some more than once. Now taking on one half of the Undisputed Women's Tag Team Champions. That's right, it's a champion versus champion match. Who will be the winner? Will Jessica Jones continue her dominant reign as Femme Fatale Champion? Or will one half of the quite dominant in their own rights Undisputed Women's Tag Team Champions manage to pull out the victory over the Femme Fatale? Making her way to the ring first, Jessica Jones, private investigator of Alias Investigations, accompanied to the ring by Heroes for Hire, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. And no, this is not a matter of overwhelming her opponent with numbers, because her partner, well, let's just say where Black Canary goes, Batgirl is often right behind. And when we talk about partners, you can include her husband, Green Arrow, in that equation. And both of them will be accompanying Black Canary here tonight as she takes on Jessica Jones. Two leather-clad femme fatales, fond of the biker jackets, looking to pick up a victory over the other. Oliver Queen there in the background of that impromptu selfie from Barbara Gordon. I say impromptu, but she brings it down to the ring every time, so I guess that's the complete opposite of impromptu. As Dinah Drake has an opportunity here to pick up a big singles victory. Obviously, she's picked up singles victory before, but this would be huge on her own brand for once, not just representing it over on Warzone as one half of the Undisputed Women's Tag Team Champions, but on her own brand and for the major women's title. So without further ado, let's get this on. Ring that bell, Ricky Ref shirt. Big power move to start. No feeling each other out, no chain wrestling, right into a big sit-out spine buster. And Jessica Jones now stomping away at Black Canary. A Marvel versus DC matchup here. Obviously, these two have not met many times before, if at all, to my recollection, here on Fight Night. Is now going for a submission. This is rare. Jessica Jones normally more just into the impact offense. Looked like she caught the ropes on the way down from that trip. But again, these two don't know each other that well. So a first-time encounter for both. You can imagine they'll both be getting surprises out of the other. Oh, big clothesline, sending the champ out of the ring. Green Arrow and Batgirl on the outside there, almost intimidatingly surrounding Jessica Jones. Oh, dodges the falling elbow. As now Luke Cage making his way around, making his presence felt, making it clear that any cheating will not be tolerated. Referee telling him to get back in the ring. Ooh, big brutal blows. You can hear the impact of those fists on the side of the head. Jessica Jones. Oh, not as quick as her opponent, though. Obviously, the martial training favors Black Canary. She's had a great deal of hand-to-hand combat training. She's trained many other heroes as well. One of her jobs within the Justice League is often to train the younger heroes. Those who know the Injustice universe would know that she trains many of the insurgents as well. Big right hands. from Jessica Jones. And another sit-out spinebuster. That devastating impact. The more she does that, the more difficult it'll be to utilize that more finesse-based offense of Black Canary. Wow, the power. Managing a snap suplex, even with all the damage done to the back. Went for a big slap, but caught an elbow for it. A little too much wind-up. Telegraphed! Good Lord! How does she even have the energy to do that? Popped up with a head scissors after being tossed like a ragdoll into the corner, hitting face first into that bottom turnbuckle. Leg drop DDT. And it looked like she bounced off the ropes on the way down. It was an ugly landing. Not even a 2 count though off the leg drop DDT. That was a brutal looking impact, and she just popped right back up with that head scissors. No sold it. And now coming in for the Canary Cry. Luke Cage trying to get the fans behind the champ, Jessica Jones. Canary Cry hit. Could see the end of this match. She could pick up a big win over the champ. 1, 2, 2.5. Ricky Ref shirt says that is not a 3. Excuse Daddy while he picks up a Snapple because it is so hot. I need a drink because I am parched. You probably heard that pop. That's, yeah. No manners right now. I don't care. Bouncing Black Canary off the ropes and now setting up. Could see that pop-up powerbomb. It has won her so many matches, including winning her that championship. Huge impact. 1, 2, 3, and that is the win. All she needs is 1 more often than not. Jessica Jones putting away Black Canary with that high impact. Look at that beautiful Beal sending Black Canary face first into the turnbuckle. Oh, look, she caught the ropes there. Didn't see that the first time I was watching. That leg drop DDT catching the ropes. Could have done more damage. Could have actually lessened the impact on the way down to the canvas. Who knows? Didn't look pleasant, I'll say that much. Canary Cry obviously thought it might have been over there, but it was not. And then, of course, the pop-up powerbomb ending the matchup. And in our first half, as we're getting ready to round out this first half of Fight Night, we have one more match, and it is a no disqualifications match. Why? Well, if you remember the triple threat we had between Bane, Arkham Knight, and Deathstroke, Bane was the recipient of 2 very illustrious knuckle sandwiches of the brass variety, and was not too pleased with that. Come on, Luke. Please give the cameraman some room here. You're freaking me out. Good, Jesus Christ. We pay them to, never mind. Doesn't matter. Moving on. Getting back to the point I was at. We had that triple threat. Was the recipient of 2 brass knuckle punches to the jaw, eventually felling him and allowing Arkham Knight to pick up a victory. Some would say a stolen victory, but there was no rules. It was a triple threat. No disqualifications. These things happen. Regardless, Bane has demanded this one-on-one, no disqualification rematch to punish Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight will be in the Omega Level Championship match with Batman because of that triple threat. Deathstroke and Bane retain their spots in the Omega Level Championship Ultimate Contingency Plan briefcase. Easy enough for me to say. However, Bane still wanting to punish the presumable Jason Todd for his actions in that triple threat, particularly the brass knuckle punch to the jaw that ended up allowing Arkham Knight to pick up the pinfall victory over Bane. Gotta think part of that comes down to Bane being frustrated and embarrassed that after his big debut and that confident swagger making his way to the ring, still hasn't been able to pick up a victory since arriving. Much like Thanos over on Warzone is probably eating away at this big behemoth that he can't manage to put away a single opponent. That Red Hood-esque spinning European uppercut that makes us believe that is Jason Todd, the first opening move we often see from this member of the Arkhamverse. But no surprises there. Bane saw it coming and pummeling the helmeted face of Arkham Knight into the turnbuckle. Bane now has the upper hand, looking to keep it for as long as possible. Trying to get those frustrations out on Arkham Knight. Oh, catching the leg, reversing the suplex. Impressive power from the slighter of frame. Arkham Knight, belly to belly overhead. And Bane looking confident, feeling like he's got this one in the bag. Went for a big clothesline, but didn't quite catch it and ended up getting tossed over the apron for his trouble. Big right hand sends him sprawling, and that one mistake may end up turning everything in the favor of Arkham Knight as he goes to grab a chair already. Oh! Slamming it right into the face of Bane. And how quickly things turn around. Bane was so in control of this match. Oh! Bodying him spine first into the apron as Bane tries to regain control. But he was so dominant in the opening gambit of this match. No pun intended towards the mutant. He's not involved in this match. But it just did not go his way after that missed clothesline. And now he's making him pay for it. Arkham Knight with that neck breaker. Kick to the spine, just relentless. After that chair shot, things really turning around in Jason Todd's favor. Oh! Another chair shot. We got 3 chairs involved here. Oh, and another chair shot. Look at the littering the place with chairs. Good God. Big Lazarus kick. A bed of chairs for Bane to go night-night on. A whole lot of steel being thwapped upside the head. He's taken brass knuckles to the jaw twice. He's taken 3 chair shots. 2 to the head, 1 to the spine. This man's brain is protected by a large layer of skull and beef. And perhaps a soaked-in layer of venom. But I would still be worried about multiple concussions. Arkham Knight looking like he's going to take his time and knows he's in control after those chair shots. But, oh! Big over-the-shoulder spine buster. Bane not going down without a fight, that's for certain. But Arkham Knight has a title match coming up. He needs to show the world that he can get the job done. What better way to do it than putting away one of Batman's biggest nemesis, the man who broke his back. Bane, a hard man born in Peñaduro prison, serving out a sentence that's not even his, escaped and ended up taking over a large portion of Gotham in the No Man's Land siege. Not just a big wall of muscle, for those who know the old Batman and Robin-esque movies where it's real cheesy and he basically the Hulk with a leotard. No. This man, very intelligent, a criminal mastermind in his own right. DDT! Arkham Knight now. Oh, setting up. We've seen this before. Setting up for the knighthood. Nails it! High impact spinning kick across the jaw. Count it, ref. 1, 2, 3. A big win for the Jason Todd of the Arkhamverse. Arkham Knight hitting the knighthood, but you gotta put a little assist in the column of those 3 steel chairs you see lying there. A great deal to do with that victory. Bane asked for this no disqualification match, and he got it. A big win for the challenger, moving towards that Omega level championship match. Once again, hit that like button if you enjoy what you're seeing. Comment, let us know what you think, let us know what you want to see. All that good stuff. I love reading it. I love interacting with you guys. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single moment of the action. And remember, be good to each other, be good to yourselves. I want you to be happy, and the place that starts is with your own mindset. So make sure you keep thinking positive, because then you'll feel positive. Oh, and treat yourself to dessert tonight. Why not?